Hey guys, so this is the SANWEAR GT, a pair of wireless gaming earbuds for professionals. Now, quick disclaimer, SANWEAR did reach out to me and they sent over this unit for the purposes of this review. And what they wanted was honest, genuine feedback on this product, and that is exactly what they're gonna get. So rest assured, there is absolutely no money being exchanged here. I am not obligated to just say good things about this product, but I have full liberty to say all that I absolutely love about this, and definitely a few things that I think they can improve or have disappointed me. Alright, so with that said, let's begin. Alright, now I am a firm believer of first impressions, and that is where SANWEAR has absolutely nailed it. The presentation from the get-go is an absolute head-turner, but what absolutely takes the cake is the unboxing experience. Pulling the small tab on top opens the box, and in the most ingenious way, it reveals the accessories that are packed inside. Now this is an excellent use of space while also offering a unique unboxing experience. So on one wing we have various sizes of ear hooks, and on the other wing we have numerous ear tips of various sizes. At the center we have the main unit, the SANWEAR GT itself, and apart from this we also get some paperwork, a USB-C to USB-A cable, a USB-C to USB-C cable, the SANSync dongle, more on that later, a travel pouch, and a lanyard strap. Okay, now let's quickly talk about some of the key specs and features of the SANWEAR GT. So these earbuds house a single 8mm dynamic driver, which they call hyper dynamic driver. They are IPX6 water resistant, pack Bluetooth version 5.2. As for codecs, they support SBC and AAC, and LC3 when in SANSync mode. I'll explain that later. They also offer passive noise cancellation up to 30 decibels, comes with ultra low latency of less than or equal to 20 milliseconds that is literally imperceptible to us humans. And as for the battery life, these earbuds themselves are going to give you 6 hours of continuous playback according to Sound. Again, I'm guessing this is not at 100% volume, rather maybe at 50 to 60% volume, and coupled with the charging case, you get a total of 33 hours of continuous playback. It also offers a companion app called the Soundscape app, available on the App Store and the Play Store, which gives you access to fully utilizing the features of the earbuds and make granular adjustments. More on that later. Next up, let's talk about the build and the appearance, which is definitely one of the elephants in the room. Now the build of the SANWEAR GT, starting from the charging case to the earbuds themselves, are unapologetically plastic, but it doesn't feel cheap in any way. Now yes, the design of the SANWEAR GT from the charging case and especially the earbuds themselves are quite chunky, they're quite bold, they've got these very robust angles and sharp edges, they've also got breathing lights, and this all might seem a little extravagant at first, but then when you consider that these are aimed for pro gamers, I think it's justified. Now as for the breathing lights on the earbuds, yes, you can turn them off using the companion app. Now, as you saw in the unboxing, that these come with a variety of ear hooks and ear tips of various sizes, and it's essential that you try out all of these till you get the perfect fit for your ear, and that'll give you the most snug and ergonomic fit. They're going to be very comfortable, and it's going to block out a lot of the ambient noise and give you that passive noise cancellation that they are promising. Now, although in terms of the design, the earbuds are exposed when you keep them in the charging case on either side, however, they've got a very secure and satisfying magnetic snap when you place them back into the charging case, and no amount of shaking, at least in my experiment, were they dislodged from the charging case. So that is pretty reassuring. Now the earbuds have touch-sensitive areas, and with that you can do the usual functions like play and pause music, answer and calls, switch from Bluetooth mode to SANSync mode, which again I will explain later. So typical intuitive stuff, and you can further customize this using the companion app. Now, although the earbuds might seem really huge and chunky, however, finding the perfect size ear tip and the ear hook, they're going to give you that snug ergonomic fit, and I found that even for long listening sessions, they were quite comfortable and there was no such ear fatigue. Alright, now let's talk about SANSync, which is their term for ultra low latency. Now there are two ways that you can activate SANSync. One is using the dedicated SANSync dongle that they've provided in the box. Now this is a USB-C dongle that you can plug into compatible devices like your phone if it has a USB-C port, or your laptop or PC, and then you pair the earbuds to the dongle, and then you get ultra low latency of equal to or less than 20 milliseconds. Now the second way you can get this is to use the USB-C to USB-C or USB-C to USB-A cable that they've provided in the box. Now you connect one end to the PC or the laptop, whether it's USB-A or USB-C, and the other end to the charging case itself. which again acts as the dongle. Now, big gaming headsets do come with a dedicated dongle that offer you ultra low latency, but in my knowledge, I think it's one of the first truly wireless earbuds of this size to actually come with a dedicated ultra low latency dongle. Now, the sound sync mode was an absolute game changer for me, especially for my video editing purposes because I'm not much of a gamer. But as a video editor or for any YouTuber out there, you know the struggle. We always use these wired in-ear monitors, connecting them to our PC or laptop so that there is no delay between the video and the audio. That is crucial. But I connected these to my laptop using SoundSync, either the cable or the dongle, and that imperceptible delay, which is basically no delay between the video and audio, I did my video editing. And it was a game changer because it was so much better to not have wires yet have that amazing sound quality and edit my videos with ease. No cables. So it was a game changer for me. And personally, I don't think I'll be using wired headphones anytime soon, especially when I'm using my videos, because the comfort and the convenience of not having cables is just too hard to pass up. Okay, now let's talk about my gaming experience using the SANWEAR GT. Now, quick disclaimer, I am not a pro gamer by any stretch of the imagination. I actually don't have time for gaming, but every now and then, when I just want to take a break, I do play a little bit of Call of Duty, and the version I play is World at War, so that's a really old one, and don't troll me for that. Now, obviously, when I did my gaming sessions, I used the SoundSync mode to get that ultra low latency. Guys, the experience I had gaming using these earbuds were phenomenal. The spatial awareness that I was getting using these, that 360-degree awareness of where my comrades or enemies are walking by. So there is that travel from left to right, the spatial awareness of where footsteps are coming from, where they're headed, where gunshots are being fired. Those were rendered in the most realistic way, and you really feel like you're part of the action there. Now, the spatial awareness is one question that I get a lot in the comments, and they ask me whether they can hear the gunshots, where footsteps are coming from. The SANWEAR GT excels in this regard. It's a 10 on 10. Now, you can even further improve this if you use the companion app and use the game preset. That has certain algorithms done to enhance your spatial awareness even more, and that gives you even better awareness of your surroundings. But not just that, even when I use these when I was watching movies, that experience was also extraordinary because it gives you again that spatial awareness, and they've got this movie preset in the companion app, which if you use, it enhances the bass, the dialogues, and that spatial awareness. So gunshots, explosions, cars driving by, everything, and you really feel like you are in that scenario. Very immersive experience, and again, it's one of the best experiences I've had watching movies using a pair of truly wireless earbuds. Alright, now let's talk about the sound quality using the SANWEAR GT. Now, if you're an existing viewer, you know that I judge these in-ear monitors, headphones, any audio equipment based on how they produce the three major frequencies that broadly make up any sound that you hear: the highs, the mids, and the lows. The highs are the treble response, where the really sharp sounding instruments are, the mids where the vocals are, and the low end or the bass response. Now, the highs on the SANWEAR GT were surprisingly balanced. There was a lot of richness, ample amount of sharpness without going overboard. It wasn't sibilant even at maximum volume. Everything sounds pristine, has enough clarity, and makes it enjoyable. It's like everything's at the sweet spot. Now, if you want to take things further, if you want to add some sparkle, you can use the companion app, tweak the EQ to increase the highs a little bit, and that'll give you a little more sharpness and that sparkle if you want that. But even at the flat or without using any sort of EQ, the highs sound very pleasant. Now, as for the mids, where the vocals are, they also did a commendable job. Vocals sounded very natural, maintaining a lot of the natural tonality. They weren't over brightened, where they end up sounding hollow, nor were they recessed, where you really have to tweak it to bring out the vocals. They were again at the sweet spot, sounding very natural, both male and female vocals. The clarity in the vocals were also very nicely done. Again, if you want to increase that further, you can tweak around with the EQ a little bit to find the taste that you are looking for. But in general, they did a very good job. And as for instruments as well, they also sounded very natural and organic, nothing artificially done to make them sound sharper. So they sounded very natural, very balanced, while having that warmth and sounding quite immersive. And finally, we get the low end or the bass response. Now, the bass response on the SANWEAR GT is phenomenally good. It's got a very, very hefty, hard-hitting deep bass that even bass heads are truly going to enjoy. Now, what surprised me the most was the fact that these were so capable of producing the rumble of the sub-lows that adds that heft and immersiveness in the track that we all love and crave for. Now, truth be told, I did tweak the equalizer to take up the bass 2 notches above the flat line, and that was the sweet spot, at least for me, because that gave me the best, the most hefty amount of bass without being so powerful that it eats into the mids and the highs. So the bass response, very hard, very thick, very punchy, and it adds for a really fun listening experience. Now, in general, the SANWEAR GT sounds warm and neutral, especially if you don't tweak the equalizer in any way. But if you do tweak it, you can turn these and make them sound like V-Sound signature truly wireless earbuds, and that I think gives you that heft of the bass and the sparkle of the highs. So it makes for a very enjoyable listening experience, especially for music lovers out there. Alright, now let's talk about their companion app called Soundscape. Now, the companion app is pretty polished and easy to use. Now, first and foremost, you can customize what the touch controls do on each of the earbuds. Now, you have 3 EQ presets: movies, game, and music. Now, under music, you can tweak the equalizer. You can play around with the highs, mids, and lows like I mentioned. However, for game and movies, those are locked. You cannot tweak the equalizer. But I found a weird thing is that when you're tweaking the equalizer under the music tab, those changes will correspond to the game and movies tab. So while you can't do them directly, indirectly you can. So kind of a weird workaround, but that's just how it works. Now, the app also lets you turn off the LEDs on your earbuds themselves. So either you can turn it off if you find them to be too distracting or if you want to save battery life, or you can change the time of the breathing of these LED lights. However, you only get 2 options of these lights and it's not RGB, so you don't have 16 million colors to choose from. So that's a bit disappointing, but I think it's okay. I am not for flashy lights, so I keep them off anyway. Okay, I want to quickly talk about the microphone quality of these earbuds. So they use artificial intelligence and environmental noise cancellation together to take out a lot of the ambient noise and make your voice crystal clear. Now, I can vouch for this when taking calls at least, because my voice was crystal clear on the other end, no issues at all. So even for your in-game communication, it's going to be perfect. And so that you guys get a good idea, here's a recording of my voice using the SANWEAR GT. Alright, so the sound you're hearing right now is being directly recorded using the SANWEAR GT that are placed in my ears. Now, my voice might sound a bit robotic because there is a lot of noise cancellation that these earbuds are trying to do when processing my voice. And although I'm in a relatively quiet room, it is still doing a lot of processing. However, I would say that the quality of these microphones are pretty good, especially from the ones that I've used in the past. There is a lot more clarity to these. They sound a lot more clean. And for gaming purposes, for in-game communication, I think these will do a very good job. Obviously, you're not going to be using these mics for anything professional. So for casual use, especially during gaming, I think these will do a pretty good job. And this is the audio quality that you can expect from the SANWEAR GT when you're out and about. So currently I'm on the road. There are cars driving by beside me. Quite a noisy environment. So let me know what you guys think. What's the ambient sound? How much is it cancelling out? All right, back to the video. All right, now let's talk about some of the things that I didn't like about the SANWEAR GT. Number 1, while this is made of plastic to keep the weight light and make it look snazzy and everything, it is a fingerprint magnet. So if you have oily fingers or if you've touched this after having touched food, it's going to get fingerprints all over and that looks really, really nasty. So that is something you should keep in mind. Number 2, the case, despite being so chunky and large, it doesn't come with wireless charging. So you can't just place it on any cheap wireless charger and expect your earbuds to charge. Having added that feature, it would have made this the complete package. Number 3, this gives you LC3 codec when you're using SoundSync mode. So that is a very efficient codec and it's on par with AAC, maybe a bit higher, but it is nowhere near LDAC. So really, if you're an audiophile, I think that could be a deal breaker for you. Although the difference is not huge, I still enjoyed listening to music and watching movies on this. But if you're a purist, and if that matters to you, you're going to be stuck with SBC, AAC and LC3 in SoundSync mode, no LDAC. Number 4, the case is meant to be used using the lanyard strap and hung from your neck. The reason I say this is because the orientation of the headphones or the earbuds in the case is kind of in a crisscross manner. And the reason I say this is because if you keep it like this in your hand without using the lanyard strap, when you take out the right earbud, or so you think, it's actually the left earbud. So you have to put it across your ears like this, and on the left you have the right earbud. So that takes some time getting used to, but if you use the lanyard strap and hang it from your neck, that is when the orientation is in the correct manner. So when you take it out, this is for the right and that is for the left. But it's almost like they're forcing you to use the lanyard strap in case you don't want to face this issue. Minor thing, nothing huge, but still something you should keep in mind. Number 5, there is no way for you to control the volume using the earbuds. So even in the app, there is no option for you to change that to control the volume, which I think is a bummer. And I think this is something they can easily fix with a software update. But initially, the fact that it doesn't have that, it's kind of really stupid because it's just for the volume that I had to take out my phone and adjust it. And number 6, and this is the elephant in the room, the price tag. See, the SANWEAR GT initially launched for $500, and for my Indian viewers, that is well over 40,000 rupees, around 45,000 rupees. Now that is ridiculously expensive. And right now these are going for $399, so $400, that is still around 35,000 rupees. Again, very expensive for a pair of gaming earbuds. Now, I get it. It's got sound sync, it's got amazing spatial audio, which is really nice. The audio quality overall is great. But that price tag is something I'm still having a very hard time digesting. Because, see, honestly, like I mentioned, this was sent out to me by SoundSound themselves. If I had to buy this with my own money and I saw the price tag, despite all its amazing features and even with a good verdict on how good the sound quality is, I wouldn't be comfortable shelling out $400 on a pair of truly wireless earbuds. I mean, I just wouldn't take that leap. So if the price was around $200 or maybe $250 at best, that would have been okay. Anything above that, and I think many are going to have second thoughts. They might really want it. After watching this review as well, they might really want it. It looks amazing. It sounds really good. It's got amazing features, but the price tag, it's not for everyone. So there you have it, guys. That was my in-depth and unbiased review of the SANWEAR GT gaming earbuds for professionals. It's great, but it's expensive. And it's got minor improvements to make, which I'm pretty sure they can do in their next iteration, and a few with the software updates on this as well. So if you have any other questions regarding this, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. I'll try my best to answer them. As always, the link to this and many other products will be given in the description below. I would really appreciate if you use those links to make your purchase. It will never cost you anything extra, but you guys, as usual, will be helping me run this channel, and I can produce more such high quality and helpful content just for you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Please share this video with many others who need to see this, and I'll catch you guys very soon in the next one. Cheers.